In the relentless pursuit of success, we often lose sight of the very purpose behind our actions. But what if action itself could be the path, not just to achievement, but to awareness, excellence, and liberation? Welcome to the world of karmayoga, the yoga of conscious action, a wisdom that transforms work into worship, decisions into dharma, and leadership into service.
Karmayoga is about action, but not just any action. It's about an action that has been performed by inner detachment, a conscious action, an action which is purposeful. It's not about an action which is merely entangled to any desire or any desirable outcome. Here, the action becomes the vehicle for true inner evolution rather than being merely confined to the outer accomplishments. The inspiration behind this particular endeavor was the complex life of this day, especially where the speed factor has surpassed the presence of mind in absolute terms at any point of time. The speed has disconnected the deeper self from all acts that we dispense in our day-to-day dispensations, thereby leading to an inner emptiness and a burnout, impacting the physical dimension and the mental as well. By Karma Yoga, deploying the understanding of Karma Yoga, we try to establish an inner connect with the deeper self, wherefrom rises the purpose behind every action. Why to serve, and whom to serve, and make each and every action as a tool to serve. At the same time, trying to understand the ultimate objective of this life. The action must be able to cherish the primary objective of the life. So therefore, the vulnerable minds of today that are under different kind of impulse within and without need a resolve of this timeless wisdom, Karma Yoga. And I believe that whether it is a professional, whether it is a homemaker, or in whatever capacity, the complexity-ridden mind of today needs the understanding, the light, the luminosity of this timeless wisdom, Karma Yoga.
From this timeless insight grew a movement where excellence is not measured just in results, but in awareness, where success is not just external, but internal. This is Karma Yoga. And here's how it's transforming the lives of those at the top of the corporate world.
So let's talk about how Karma Yoga started to helping me looking at the situation very objectively.
So initially it was out of plain curiosity. For most of us in India, the word yoga has very powerful connotation.
So in my professional life, being a delivery manager at senior position, it's always you have different challenges at your workplace, right? Regarding if you are managing the stakeholder or the team or any business target, it is always require a focus-oriented approach.
I mean, life was there. I achieved very good success along the way and things have been progressing very well. Only thing is, what I had not realized is the life was very mechanical. It was very mundane. It was practically machine-like. So things were moving fine, but the fun element or enjoying the journey, as people say, that was not there.
Though I had a fleeting notion of what Karma Yoga is or could be, but it's only after I had an opportunity to delve deep into it, and I realized that how the operating principles of Karma Yoga can really expand the boundaries of your performance and peace.
So primarily earlier my shift of decision making or the intent of decision making is based on insecurity. Whenever I used to take decision, it was like, okay, should I take this decision? What if things go wrong? What if I've been judged? But now after, having this exercise to understood how important it is to take an action with a sincerity and rather thinking of what would be the outcome, that has significantly, make me aware of my capabilities and how I can, take decisions and how I can serve better in my positions as well.
मैं इसको हिंदी थोड़ा सा संस्कृत में बताना चाहूँगा कि मैंने एक श्लोक पढ़ा था, नास्ति बुद्धि अयुक्तस्य न च अयुक्तस्य भावना न च अभावत शांति अशांतस्य कुतो सुखम. So it's like it gives me a direction that अगर आप if you are very stressful and putting your all efforts in multiple directions, then you cannot go anywhere and it will not certainly give you peace.
It is professional, personal as well as spiritual. Now I do not see if any action I have to make to see it like what would be the outcome, when it will come. Rather, it's a very simple plan now for me. There is a day today and there are some set of activities that I have to perform any which ways. And if that is done, that means that day is a win for me. And eventually, when it is coming, what unfolds, it come, how much time it will take, that I don't bother. Yes, I do take responsibility of my action, but I do not feel burden of being perfect and, feeling of like everything has to be owned by me.
The first impact which I felt after the program was on my inner alignment with what I was doing. It also impacted the level of my awareness. So earlier I had this, my idea of leadership, at least the part idea of leadership was always being sharp, being decisive, and always being in control of all the business levers and everything else which is around you, pushing, solving, and stuff like that. But in that process, you also feel that there is a constant, you feel the weight of that constant demand on sitting on your shoulders. Karma Yoga flipped that mindset. I stopped leading from the point of worrying.
I have so many old timers also working with me in the organization. So they have seen a trend of way of working changing slowly and gradually in my professional life. So definitely, sometimes people also comment on me how you are handling the things in a more different way, right? So they can feel the change. They can identify the change in after and before.
As I've shared, it is a fundamental shift. Earlier, I used to kind of please people more in every sense of the way. So that was because the insecurity I used to have. Now it is more like I am here in this moment. I am giving my best in a relationship or being a parent or being into, any kind of relationship which I have with complete sincerity, not thinking of, whether it'll, even a person who has done harm for me, I'll try at least, being a human, you cannot be 100%, but now I'm more mindful that my, work is to do right action. If I am doing the right action without getting me into trouble, then that is the way it is. Rest, I'm just leaving it to the God in terms of, it's God plan. Obviously, everything will fall in place.
It is द्विजत्व, I would say. ये मेरा दूसरा जन्म है जहाँ मैंने अपने आप को नए तरीके से जीना सीखा है. जो जितना लाइफ में सर से मिलने से पहले जीता आ रहा था वो एक डिफरेंट लाइफ थी, लेकिन अभी एक नया जन्म हुआ है जहाँ पे मैंने नई चीज़ों को वही सेम चीज़ों को नए सिरे से जीना शुरू किया है और जो असल में जीवन के मूल्यों के साथ जुड़े हुए और जीवन को आगे ले जाने में मेरी मदद कर रहे हैं.
I have started seeing stress more as an indicator, as a traffic light, that make me realize that I need to pause, I need to reassess, reconcile, consolidate my position, and then start again with full vigor and full energy. And that is what has caused a very big difference in the way I approach a situation. Situations have remained same. In fact, situations have become more complex with time and with my progression in the corporate world. But the way I'm looking at them, that is very different. And that is what karmayoga is all about.
Karma yoga is not an escape from the world. It is a way to embrace it with deeper awarenesses.
Deploying the understanding of karmayoga is a timeless reminder. A reminder about the purpose behind every action. What is the objective behind any action? Act, but on the basis of a purposeful objective. Lead, but must understand whom you are serving. Karmayoga does not ask you to abandon your ambitions. Rather, it invites you to root your ambitions in the higher end of awareness. You must understand that one that perceives within us, one that responds within us, that self within us, the responder, the one that constructs the decisions, different kind of perceptions, is the self. Karmayoga is about understanding the primary support of this existence, of this life, that is the self, the consciousness, the awareness. Remember that it is the conscious self that perceives and responds to different situations in life. Whether it is objectives, ambitions in life, or else, all activity springs up, arises from the conscious self. And karmayoga is all about the response that comes out of our deeper self. Karmayoga encourages for inner purification, to gain more clarity. It is not about what I'm going to get. Instead, it is about what I can give through my actions. It is not about rejecting the world, but it is about transforming the way we engage with it. When actions are guided by awareness, then ambitions become a mode of service, and the success becomes much more meaningful, fueling the true inner growth. Inevitably, we have to confront different kind of pressures, different kind of conflicts in our life. There is no impunity. One cannot abandon the friction that arises out of interpersonal communication, interpersonal relationships, the hastening timelines that want to devour our own reservoir of energy. Karmayoga is the light of wisdom that enables one to endure through such inimical impacts that arise by interaction with different kind of pressures and conflicts that are mandatory in the dispensation of one's own professional or personal life. So that also becomes one of the major purpose behind taking this knowledge to common people and professionals as well. Karmayoga is an immutable wisdom. The Gospels of Karmayoga are beyond mutation. They cannot be mutated. This timeless wisdom enables one acquire higher end of excellence by raising one's level of awareness from whatever present stature it is to a stature that is beyond one's comprehension at this moment. Karmayoga is a path towards excellence. Karmayoga is an insurance. Pursued sincerely, it is an insurance towards harmonious affluence. Harmony and affluence can travel together. And the example, the timeless example for that in our ancient Indian wisdom or scripture is about the emperor Janaka. Janak was an emperor who had affluence in abundance. And at the same time, he was an awakened being. Harmony, awakening, and affluence, traveling hand to hand together, is a possibility that is strived through the understanding and learning of karma yoga. Whenever you recall karma yoga, recall it as the mode, as the basis, as the fuel, as the engine towards excellence and harmony. Karma yoga leads towards harmony and excellence. Karma yoga is not about religiosity. Karma yoga, in its exclusive terms, is about true inner exploration. And that true inner exploration in the light of your situations outside. The life that you live with wide eyes open, wherein your sensory organs interact with different situations, people, and subjects. Karma yoga is all about that interaction, from where rises the need of different perceptions, wherefrom a need rises to take decisions, to form your stands. Karma yoga is all about that. Karma yoga sculptures, chisels your responses towards higher excellence. The same adversities which were confronted earlier, after the understanding of Karma yoga, are then given a different addressal altogether. Your perceptions, your perceptory windows undergo a total transformation, whereby the way you sight the same situation, same people, and the same subjects after this learning alters in entirety. There is no religiosity of any kind. There is no room for any kind of spiritual practices into it. It's all about inner exploration in the light of different situations that you interact with wide eyes open. The term yoga means enjoyment with the higher awareness, higher consciousness. Yoga has not to be confined or belittled to mere physical exercises or meditation. So karma yoga means enjoyment of an action towards higher standards of excellence, higher cadres of excellence.